Okay, so let's talk about something that's incredibly high stakes. Construction disputes. I mean, we're talking millions of dollars, reputations, everything on the line. So what makes a building appraisal something you can actually trust? Let's dive in. You look at these incredible buildings, and behind every single one is this just massive, complicated web of contracts, engineering, you name it. But when things go wrong, when there are disagreements over costs or defects or delays, the whole project can just grind to a screeching halt. And that really gets to the heart of the problem, doesn't it? When you have two sides who just can't agree, who do you turn to? You need a neutral, expert authority whose findings are so thorough and so fair that they pretty much become the undisputed truth in the eyes of the law. So where do you find that? Well, there's actually an institution that was built for this exact purpose, to be that one definitive, trusted voice in the chaotic world of construction disputes. Meet the Seoul Metropolitan Architects Association's Building Appraisal Committee. I know, it's a mouthful, but these guys are the real deal. For over 50 years, they've been the go-to authority for courts, big corporations, and even individuals who need an appraisal that isn't just accurate, but completely unshakable. And we're talking about more than just experience here. This is a legacy of public trust, built up over decades. Think about it. They've been the steady hand in countless disputes, and because of that, they've earned this incredible reputation for unmatched reliability. Okay, so how do they do it? What's their secret to achieving this incredible level of trust? Well, it all comes down to their review process, which is, to put it mildly, uniquely rigorous and meticulous. Now, at first glance, it looks pretty straightforward, right? A clear, methodical, 6-step journey. You start with the application and consultation, then a preliminary site survey, cost calculations, then the on-site investigation and report drafting. It all looks very clean and professional. But, and this is the crucial part, that standard process is just the beginning. The real magic, the thing that separates this committee from pretty much everyone else, happens inside Step 5, the deliberation. This is their secret weapon for creating absolute objectivity. 5. Just remember that number. It is the key to their unmatched reliability and exactly why their findings hold up under the most intense legal pressure imaginable. And this isn't an exaggeration. The committee literally puts every single report through a gauntlet of up to 5 separate re-reviews. The goal? To eliminate any possibility of error, any hint of bias, any tiny oversight. A flawed report just will not make it out the door. So that process is obviously a huge deal. But the committee's authority doesn't just come from its process. It comes from its people. Let's talk about the power of having 5,400 experts behind you. See, this committee isn't some loosely affiliated group. No, it is a direct body operating right under the association's president, Park Sung-joon. And what that means is that every single appraisal carries the full weight, the honor, and the reputation of the entire organization's leadership. And that organization is massive. We are talking about 5,400 professional architects. So imagine that. All of that collective expertise, all of that integrity, standing behind every single document the committee produces. I mean, there's no private firm that can even come close to matching that level of accountability. And their expertise is incredibly broad. They cover every conceivable angle. Of course, you've got the common issues like building defects and construction cost disputes, but they also handle the really complex cases, things like damage from neighboring construction, structural safety, environmental assessments, and a whole lot more. And what's really important is that this rigorous standard applies to every single project, big or small. It doesn't matter if it's a dispute over a single-family home or a massive public works project like the recent Happy House development in Gangwon-do. The process and the commitment to objectivity are exactly the same. So, what does all of this, the history, the process, the collective expertise, what does it all actually mean for you if you're in the middle of a dispute? It means the report you get isn't just a piece of paper. Think of it as your strongest legal weapon. It's been pressure tested to be so thorough, so objective, and so technically sound that it can withstand the most aggressive cross-examination in court. It's designed from the ground up to be the definitive piece of evidence. And this is exactly why they are considered the ultimate choice. When you need an authoritative answer that gives you legal strength and, just as importantly, peace of mind, there is simply no substitute. So the final takeaway is really this. Facing a costly, complex construction dispute requires more than just facts. It requires an undeniable, authoritative voice that courts respect and that your opponents cannot easily challenge. So, if you're facing a dispute that demands that kind of definitive voice, the Seoul Metropolitan Architects Association is ready to help.